All right. Looks like we are going to be moving on to the race session here, ladies and gentlemen. The first race of the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Once again, we are streaming live through our Facebook page, Race on Texas Facebook page. If you'd like to tune into the broadcast, if you're already doing so, thank you so much. Be sure to go ahead and share that. Go ahead and share a link to that broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Get some folks in here watching with us once again if you're already doing so. My name is Nick Robbins. I thank you so much for tuning in here. Night number 1 of the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. We are getting ready to go with 305 sprint cars, winged sprint cars here from USA International Speedway. A 3/4 mile, the largest dirt oval in the iRacing software here. 3/4 of a mile. Some very long straightaways, some very tight corners. Once again, much akin to a Williams Grove. And we're going to turn them loose here for 25 green flag laps. Austin Smimmelman making this thing run real smooth so far. Going to get us, keep me informed of where we are in the lap count, all that kind of good stuff. We want to thank Austin and the rest of the team at VLR for partnering with Scott and myself and the rest of the crew at Race on Texas. I went to the racetrack last night. I actually called a real race in Kennedale, up at Kennedale Speedway Park, and am just loving keeping this thing rolling here, calling them from the comfort of my own office desk chair. It's a little bit different sensation for me, but I tell you what, some of the racing is just as exciting, folks, as you see at the racetrack on a Friday or Saturday night. And we are getting set to go here. We're going to roll all the cars out onto the racetrack just as soon as everybody gets gridded up. We'll turn them loose and get ready to go once again for 25 green flag laps. And it looks like the pace truck, the iRacing.com pace truck, rolling. And it looks like we did have an invert here on the start, ladies and gentlemen. So that is going to put your quickest qualifier, the number 70 of Chris Brenner, will be starting outside of row number 2. Looks like we had a 4-car invert there with the 305s on the first night. Once again, first night of the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Myself, Nick Robbins, calling the action for you. Scott Bargloff doing the camera work. Austin Smimmelman keeping things running smoothly behind the scenes for us. And we appreciate, once again, the team at VLR for partnering with us and allowing us to bring you some of the best in iRacing, sprint car racing. Once again, our first night coming from USA International Speedway. These tracks randomly generated, so nobody knew where we were going to be tonight until we spun the wheel. We landed here in Lakeland, Florida at the USA International Speedway. And your pole setter going to be the 421 of Britton Roxbury.
Green,
Looks
green,
like
green.
we are going green off of turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. Roxbury going to lead the field into turn number 1. Second spot right now, the 24 of Chase Cabray. Roll back down into turn number 3 with Roxbury out in front. Cabray in second spot. Third spot belongs to James Edens in the 52. As we cross the start-finish line, 1 lap of the books, it's Chris Brenner moving up into the third spot. Edens there in fourth, and Cole Newhoffen in the 5th spot right now in the number 8 machine. Newhoffen trying to get it around. Edens there in the bottom of turn number 4. We've got some good 3 and 4 wide racing mid-pack right now. We look at the quickest car in pre-race practice right now. Alex Bergeron sitting in the 6th position. Gets around Skylar Brown in the 10 car. Bergeron charging his way towards the front. Qualified 10th quick, has already picked up 4 spots. 2 laps are complete. We got a new race leader. It's Chase Cabray in the 24 machine now. Getting around Roxbury. Roxbury put the slider on him in turn number 1. Cabray trying to turn back down underneath him. Through turn 2, we go back down the backstretch into turn number 3. Cabray on the bottom of the racetrack once again put the slide job on Roxbury through turns 3 and 4. Roxbury with a crossover move out of turn 4. Is it going to be enough? Take over the top spot down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Going to get the move off of turn number 2. Cabray right back underneath, slicing and dicing for the top spot. The car with the best seat in the house right now, probably the 70 machine of Chris Brenner. Let's go on board right now with Brenner in the 70 car. We'll watch that battle for the top spot down the front straightaway. Down the front stretch into turn number 1. You see Roxbury out front right now, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps complete, back time by 20 laps to go. No caution so far in the main event tonight. Now it's Cabray with a good slide job on the bottom of turn number 3. Roxbury going to cut right back down underneath and down the front stretch into turn number 1. Side by side down the front straightaway of USA International. Another good slide job in turn number 1. Brenner with his best run off the top of turn number 2. Wheel to wheel. For second spot, Brenner goes top shelf in turn number 3. Cabray with a great slider. Here comes Edens. James Edens now on the inside. We go back out. We get a look at the rest of the field. Edens with a good look to the inside in turn number 1. It's not going to be enough. They're 3 wide through 1 and 2. Oh, and Brenner tagging the wall there on the outside of turn number 4. Actually, that was turn number 2. We've got 7 laps complete. Going to be 8 laps complete this time by. Cabray still out in front, but here comes Roxbury once again with another slide job on the bottom of turn number 1. Cabray going to turn right back down underneath the 24 car. For sale. Up for sale, I bet you. The price goes up if he gets the win here tonight in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series, night number 1 here at USA International Speedway. 9 laps in the books, ladies and gentlemen, 16 to go. We head back down into turn number 1. Another tight set of corners. It looks like the majority of the field right up around the outside of the racetrack. And just as I say that, Roxbury right through the middle, Cabray right through the middle, Brenner in 3rd spot all the way down to the bottom. Chris Brenner seems to prefer the bottom of the track in turns 1 and 2 this time around as well. We are on board. Chase Cabray right now in the 24 machine, running in 2nd spot. Trying to run down Brittany Roxbury, your leader in the 421. 11 laps complete, that time by the stripe, folks. 14 to go here in the Thrill 5-week sprint car main event here at USA International Speedway. Now the backstretch, we go a little bit of a bumpy ride down the back straightaway. And the top 2 cars running right down around the bottom on the entry. The cars slide all the way to the wall. 12 laps complete, that time by, ladies and gentlemen, your leader Brittany Roxbury, a 0.184 second advantage over Chase Cabray. Chris Brenner still in 3rd, James Edens is still 4th, and Cole Newhoffen in the 5th spot right now. Alex Bergeron comfortable in 6th, Skylar Brown is 7th, Timothy Smith 8th, Howard Weaver Nation in 9th spot, and Rusty Kruger rounding out the top 10. 21 cars on the racetrack right now, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers averaging at this point about 113 to 15 miles an hour down the front straightaway coming into the first set of corners. Your leader is still the 421 of Brittany Roxbury. Right through the middle of the racetrack that time in turns 3 and 4, once again letting the car slide up to the wall. A lot of drivers hugging riding the rim around the outside of the racetrack. Your top 2 seem to be hugging the hub as they come in into turn number 1. using all of the racetrack in 421, and now Cabre with a good run down the back stretch, right on the tail tank as we come into turn number 3. 15 down, 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Roxbury out in front, holding off a hard-charging Chase Cabre in second spot, 0.120 seconds. The gap at the straightaway that time by. And here comes Brenner to the inside of turns 3 and 4. A good look down there to the bottom of the racetrack. Not going to be enough. 16 down, 9 to go. We got a good slide job for the top spot. Cabre.
The yellow flag is out.
Trying to make a move on the bottom of 1 and 2. It's not going to be enough. We've got a yellow on the racetrack. Yellow flag coming to us on lap number 16. And it looks like it's for Howard Weaver. The 07 machine going around. Heavy damage to the STEM Marketing Solutions 07 machine of Mr. Howard Weaver. Howard was running in the 10th spot, I do believe. Unfortunately, going to be falling down the standings right now. Once again, caution laps do not count here in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. So still 16 laps complete. We are pacing around USA International Speedway right now. Brendan Roxbury, your leader. Chase Cabre in second spot. Chris Brenner is third. James Edens in fourth. And Cole Newhoffen in fifth spot. 6 through 10 is Alex Bergeron in the 12 car. Timothy Smith in the 00. Skylar Brown in the 10 car. Rusty Kruger piloting the number 5 machine, the Swindell sponsored number 5 car. And Adam Elby rounding out the top 10 in the 74. David Heilman in 11th. Cole Cabre in 12th. Ryan Martin in 13th. Dylan Hauser is 14th. And Eric Hugh rounding out the top 15. iRacing.com pace truck still on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. We are still under caution flag conditions here. Howard Weaver still on pit road right now. A lot of damage to the 07 machine. Weaver on pit road for about 2 minutes right now. Once we go back green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be 8 laps to go. We'll see when the iRacing.com pace truck leaves the speedway. Looks like that might be right now. I do believe we are going to go green flag. Off of turn 4.
Green flag,
Indeed
green flag.
we do. We are back underway. 8 laps to go. Here for Brendan Roxbury, your leader in the 421. And just like that, James Edens to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to try to put a move on Chris Brenner for third. Edens wants that podium spot very badly as he tucks back in the line. We come into turn number 3, back to the top of the racetrack. Roxbury still leads the field through turns 3 and 4. We're going to complete 1 more lap. 17 laps complete. Working lap number 18 right now, ladies and gentlemen. Roxbury still your leader. The Factor X Custom Paint sponsor number 421 machine. Down the front stretch, we had a good look to the inside there from Chris Brenner on the inside of Chase Cabre. 18 laps complete now and 7 laps to go. And Brenner once again to the very bottom of turns 1 and 2. You see the 70 machine almost tagging the inside wall. Right now, Brenner with his hands full. James Edens in the 52 car right on the tail tank of Brenner as we come through turns 3 and 4. Not going to be enough that time around. Edens still outside the podium right now. Once again, Brenner to the bottom of the racetrack gets a little snug coming off the exit, but it's a good run down the backstretch. Probably his best run of the race so far underneath Chase Cabre in turns 3 and 4. And we've got a pass for second spot, ladies and gentlemen. 21 complete and 4 to go. Chris Brenner on a charge to the front. Looks to the inside of your leader, Britton Roxbury. Out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. That was a great look to the inside of USA International Speedway. First set of corners. We come now into turn number 3. They're wheel to wheel on the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Brenner with a great run down on the bottom. Oh, the leaders get together. Roxbury into the wall. Brenner going to sneak by. Chris Brenner now your race leader. 22 laps complete, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Brenner is the new race leader. Bouncing down the backstretch, a bumpy backstretch here, and a wild entry into turn number 3. Going to be 23 complete, 2 to go this time. Chris Brenner still out in front in the 70 car. Chris qualified on the top of the standings. Dropped back to about 3rd spot early on in the race and has clawed his way with a couple of great slide jobs to take over the top spot. Roxbury still in 2nd, but here comes Cabray now, challenging for the runner-up position. White flag is in the air, ladies and gentlemen. 1 lap to go. Chris Brenner leads the field through turns 1 and 2. About a half a lap left to go here in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series opener here at USA International Speedway into turn 3 for the final time. Cabray gets around Roxbury for 3rd, but your winner gonna be the 70 machine of your top qualifier, Chris Brenner. Chase Cabray in 2nd spot. Britton Roxbury gonna round out the top 3. James Edens.
The yellow flag is out.
Comes in 4th, and then David Heilman. A good run for Heilman there. Coming all the way up to 5th spot. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Chris Brenner. We're going to drag Chris down in here into the press box, get a real quick interview with him. Great job to the driver of the 70 machine. Chris, have you got a copy, brother? Chris, can you hear me?
Yep, I gotcha.
Man, what a heck of a last couple of laps there, dude. You rode around in 3rd spot for a few minutes, and then I guess you just decided you had to go quick, fast, and in a hurry, and you pulled off 2 textbook slide jobs right there towards the end of the race. How's that feel?
Well, it feels good. That was an extremely difficult task. Those guys were trading sliders throughout the whole race there, and I really couldn't do anything because they were taking up the whole track, and all I could really hope for was the bottom to maybe come in towards the end there, and it did enough to get by both those guys.
Yeah, I saw you going to the bottom maybe with 5 or 6 laps to go, and it looks like you were putting the left of the machine all the way down into the grass and really trying to pull that slider off, get a good run off the bottom. I know these 305 cars, it's really about maintaining momentum. You've got to keep the car straight. And on a track like this, with long straightaways and these hairpin corners, how difficult is that to do when you're running literally wheel to wheel with these other guys?
Oh, it's super hard. There's nothing down there. You just had to keep the tires as close to the wall and kind of cut across that grass in 1 and 2 just to try and find some grip on the exit. And towards the end there was just enough grip left on the bottom to keep momentum coming out of the corners.
Well, Chris, it was a heck of a run, brother. Tell the folks listening to us and watching us on Facebook through Race on Texas where you're from, who helps out on the race car, and who else you got to thank tonight.
I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I've got a bunch of teammates in the area. Driven SimSport. Wicked Cushion's our sponsor. We're just doing our thing, kind of a new team, and everybody's been really helpful on setting up these cars, and we're going to be a force in these races coming up.
I would say so, brother. With another run like you had tonight, y'all might be ones to watch out for as we go along with this RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series throughout the winter. Chris, once again, brother, congratulations to you tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.